Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Zube here. Astrologically, things are a little bit quiet. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below. But I really wanted to tell a story of something kind of weird that happened to me today. So I was driving in my car and I was listening to a guy, Jason Estes, and he was talking about wealth and anyway, whatever. I'll link the video down below. But he started talking about doing the right thing, even if nobody's looking, right? And that's something I heard in rehab. They talk about that all the time. But okay, ready? So there's a couple stories. I'm like a cat. I'm playing with my hair thing. There was this one time when I was like 11 years old. This is kind of weird. No, maybe I was like 12 or 13, but my brother and I had a paper route and it was raining one day. And usually mom would take us when it was raining, but it started raining like in the middle of our route. So I was already doing it. Anyway, there was this one house that was like the furthest house and it was all uphill on my part of the route. And I rode my bike all the way up to it and I was so bitter. I was, like I was 12. I was like, this sucks. So I got to the house and then they had like the longest walkway. Like the house was set really far back from the sidewalk. And I wanted so bad to just chuck the paper like up on the front or whatever. And I didn't. I put my bike down and I walked all the way up to the door. And then I opened the door and I put the paper inside the door and I closed the door. And when I got back to my bike or on the walk back, I really vividly remember this because for some reason, my weird ass 12-year-old self was like, if I see a movie of my life after I die, I want to see this moment because I want to know why I did this. Like, isn't that fucking weird? I mean, those people paid me in an envelope. I never saw them, Um anyway, it was doing the right thing even though nobody's looking. Now with that, they would see the result, but I could have still chucked it. It was in a bag. I could have chucked it halfway there. I'm a little kid. I'm riding around on my bike at 6 o'clock in the morning in the fucking rain. Um, I'm sure they would have understood, and I did run into them a few times. They were really nice people. But anyway, so doing the right thing even when nobody's looking. I do my best to do that. I wouldn't say I'm perfect about it, but while I was driving and I was listening to this, I don't look at license plates or numbers all the time. I went through kind of a phase of that a couple years ago, but it gets old. And I actually asked my guides after a while, like, could you guys just stop showing me numbers? Because it's kind of annoying. Like, I see you, I know you're there, right? That's funny. I see you. So I was driving and anyway, so now when a license plate catches my eye, it's like usually for a reason. And I looked over and I saw the letters ICU. And I kind of joked with myself. I was like, oh no, what's going on with somebody? And then I was like, I see you. I was like, oh my God, I see you. So, right. So I'm putting two and two together that I'm ruminating about the fact, do the right thing, even if nobody's watching. And then there's ICU. And I was like, holy shit. At this point, I'm actually talking to myself in the car. I'm like, holy shit, I see you. How fucking cool is that? And then I swear I kept driving and I was smiling because stuff like that just makes me like tingly. And a car passed me coming the other way. The one I passed was the one Anyway, saw a car on the other side of the road and the license plate on it said ICU. Fucking again. It was pretty fucking cool. And I don't know, I've been hearing other people say this. Synchronicities have been off the hook. Let me just look at the we have the moon in Sagittarius with the North Node. It's making good aspects with Saturn and Chiron. We might be rectifying like old beliefs with new beginnings. What are we going to take with us? What are we going to leave behind? Venus is getting to the last degrees of Leo. So that's like, what makes me feel good? You know, what makes me feel good? But I still feel like we're kind of trickling down on the purge with like bad feelings that we might have had. I know, I mean, it's just been like trigger city. Just, you know, sorting out old beliefs, right? Pull a card. To the sea. To the sea is moving away from like a painful situation. The water is emotion, so we are feeling pretty emotional. We have Jupiter in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces. The moon just came out of Scorpio, but we have the sun and Mercury in Cancer. So, and the sun has been getting a lot of action, right? So we're all up in our emotions. The sun is at 28 degrees, so it's going to be moving into Leo, but the last degrees of a sign are like extra. But yeah, it's sorting through emotions and kind of getting ourselves gathered. What have we been learning? What did the sun versus Pluto, that opposition that happened a few days ago, really, what did that show us? What have you been being shown in the past few days? And it's almost like I just kind of saw like a ripple, you know, it's like stronger and then it's rippling out. I want to pull another one. Community. Oh, yeah. So there's this, oh, look at 7-8. There's a process. Everybody has a process. I did look at my phone today to see what time it was, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm getting a lot of step by step by step. Don't get ahead of, you know, ourselves. I'm trying not to get ahead of myself. Time takes time, and we're always in the now. Anyway, I see you. I love that. So even if you think nobody's watching, the universe is watching, God is watching, do the right thing. And the right thing sometimes takes time. Anyway, I hope you have a great day on earth. Peace. Namaste.